What's up, everybody? Ethan back today with another beer review, and what I've got tonight is Sweetwater Daytrip IPA. And the beer, it's facing the right way now. I got a comment from Shane's Craft Beer Review saying when I showed the beer, it was turned around backwards. So got that fixed, courtesy of Shane. So yeah, I need to pay more attention to my videos after I upload them. I don't. I just upload them one take. But yeah. So hopefully you can read the can there better, clearer now. Sweetwater Daytrip IPA, 6.6% ABV, 19.2 ounce can. Trying to see when it was packaged on. It looks like Best Buy January 13th of 2026. So, well within the freshness date. We are, several months out from that. And Sweetwater is out of Atlanta, as many of you probably know. Daytrip IPA 6.6, pretty sessionable, is kind of the theme they're going for, I believe. So let's get a pour. All right. Very foamy, massive head, forefinger at least, ascending bubbles. Oh, I'm getting a very hoppy fruit note on the nose. It smells really nice. Let me get a little sip of water here. Gotta cleanse the palate, get hydrated. I just got done cutting the grass. Got my hair cut. I've been running some errands. I'm hot, I'm sweaty, I'm ready for a very cold, refreshing beer. I would prefer to be inside with the AC, but I love doing beer reviews outside. Had to get out here and do one. So yeah, that head is taking a while to die down, but I like a beer that pours a very large head. Again, I'm getting that fruity hoppiness. It smells really nice, actually. Very mild, not bitter, not very hoppy, very pillowy head, very smooth and soft. For how this one smelled, it kind of smelled like it was going to be bigger and bolder in the flavor than it is. The actual mouthfeel and body and taste is quite mild, and that's not a bad thing since it's so hot and I've been sweating in this heat. So this is a lighter, kind of mild, kind of gateway IPA. 6.6. I like the kind of lower ABV IPAs, especially in summer. I don't want all that bold richness when it's hot and I'm sweaty, but in the wintertime, I like some, double IPAs, tripels, that kind of thing, more so than in the summer. I like this kind of sessionable, if you will, IPA in the summertime. There's a look at the can there. They got kind of the let's float, day trip, kind of, tube in the river, float in the river kind of theme. I'm not sure how new this one is from Sweetwater. They've been around for a while. They're probably one of the bigger, most well-known breweries in Atlanta. This is the first time I've ever had this one, though. I don't know how long it's been on the market. Like I said, they have other ones, that are more their flagship, that the name escapes me at the moment, but I guess 420 would be, Sweetwater 420 would be the main one. What are some others? I've definitely reviewed them. They're in my, my video playlist. Absolutely had several, reviewed several. Like I said, this is the first time I've had this one. I got the single at a bottle shop near me for $2.99. So it's a 19.2 ounce can. So you get a little more than a pint. Some people call it a stovepipe can for $2.99 before tax. That's a pretty good deal, I think, these days. Yeah, light, clean, crisp, refreshing. This is the kind of IPA I like on a hot day. Mild, medium-bodied, crisp, refreshing, not heavy, not thick, not boozy, not real bitter. I don't like, as I try more IPAs, I'm starting to realize that I don't like real fruity IPAs. I like more bitter IPAs, and this one is neither very bitter nor very fruity. It's more like a pale ale, really. So with that being said, what would I score it? I would say like a 89 out of 100, a good B plus. In the style, definitely a B plus. I wouldn't say this is an A IPA. It's good. It's better than some I've had, but it's not the best. It's not blowing my socks off. It's not, blowing my mind with how, amazing it tastes. It still tastes pretty fresh, which I appreciate. A lot of times you get singles and beers at convenience stores and, bottle shops near me, and a lot of times they're out of date or near out of date because people don't really buy craft beer around here. I mean, where I'm at, people drink like Modelo, Corona, Bud Light, Coors Light. I see like, Natty Ice cans like smashed on the road or whatever. Not many people are drinking it. I mean, maybe more than I realize, but a lot of times beers like this, they just sit on the shelf. And if people don't buy them, beer nerds like myself and others out there, they just don't really sell. So it's nice to have one that is fresh, that is well within the freshness date, that still has a good character, good flavor, and it hasn't really, lost its characteristics, so to speak. So yeah, 89. Really quite pleasant. I think most of the stuff I've had from Sweetwater is good. Again, they're kind of one of the more well-known, I guess widely distributed, you could say, breweries in the Atlanta, Georgia area. Yeah, this is enjoyable, and it's nice to have a 19.2 ounce can. You can take your time sipping it. Is there anything on the can here? Not really any anything on the can, just the name, the ABV, the ounceage. Not really, sometimes they'll have a paragraph talking about the beer or whatnot, but yeah, 89 out of 100 for the Sweetwater Daytrip IPA. Cheers, and thank you for watching.